the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, and this is the start of Stella's antibody therapy. She's been quite unwell. She started the antibodies yesterday, and she's so far developed all the side effects that we were told that she would develop. Her face at the moment is quite swollen and she's finding it a little bit difficult to breathe. Yet these are all things that we were told to expect, but nothing really prepares you when you see your child suffering. What should we have to drink?
It's been 3 months since Alison and her daughter left their home in Kent for life-saving treatment in America. Stella's now had 2 rounds of immunotherapy and she's about to start her 3rd lot. Already, Mum Alison's noticed a big difference. She feels this is Stella's best chance of beating neuroblastoma, but it's not been an easy road for the family.
The hardest thing is being very, very frustrated that it has had to come to this, that we've had to come here. That it's so hard to come to terms with the fact that this isn't available in the UK, especially since the American children, this is just part of their therapy.
In between the monthly round of treatments, Stella and Alison live at the Ronald McDonald House, a place that specially caters for families with sick children. It's close to the hospital, which is convenient, as there's a lot of outpatient days.
Hi, how are you?
She wants ice cream. Anything?
I did have a few wobbly days where I just felt very forgotten and very far away from home and rather homesick.
See me right in the drawback.
It's placed a huge strain on us. And, you know, particularly when decisions about Stella's treatment have to be made and John is in the UK and I'm here and I'm having to make those decisions on my own.
Chicken coming out, watch out.
Okay.
How about potatoes? They're coming out too.
Every evening, different groups of volunteers come to the Ronald McDonald House to prepare and cook for up to 90 people. Now, for many who spent a long day at hospital or if they've been looking after their sick children, having simple things like these taken care of is a welcome relief. Meal times are also the only chance other families get to meet up and share stories. The newest arrivals are the Ingalls. Their son Jamie has the same rare cancer that Stella has.
It's just so much better to actually talk to real families that are going through it, and to know that you're not isolated. Even though this is such a rare cancer, there are families going through exactly the same thing. And even just to do people watching and watch them and to see their stress levels, I think, God, I'm normal.
It's the day of Stella's 3rd round of treatment. Dad, John and big sister Zoe have flown in for support, though they're running late.
It's just really difficult getting everything ready to go to the hospital, and we have to load up the pushchair. We look a bit like homeless people.
The next 5 days are going to be rough on the 2-year-old, but the family know this is her only hope of survival.
Before I had Stella, I would always think, you know, what would you do for your children? You would go to the ends of the earth. And I didn't ever think I'd be in the position where I'm actually having to go to the other side of the world to try and help her stay alive.
It's breakfast time for the Rogers family. Stella suffers from neuroblastoma, a rare and aggressive cancer. Her only hope lay in pioneering treatment in America. It was a race against time to get the 2-year-old here, but they made it.
She's certainly much fitter, her hair's growing back, she feels better in herself, so things are looking really, really positive.
Neuroblastoma is triggered by abnormally developing nerve cells in young children. The tumour is effectively a mass of immature nerves. When doctors discovered Stella's lump in the adrenal gland, it had taken up most of her abdomen.
Right now what I'm doing is just flushing the line so that the morphine that's in here will actually get into her. And there it goes.
This is Stella's 3rd round of treatment, so the midway point. They just hooked her up to a slow infusion of antibodies as well as morphine to manage the pain. So over the next 5 days, the antibodies will be travelling around Stella's bloodstream, attaching themselves to any neuroblastoma cells they find, so her body's own immune system can then identify and attack the cancer cells.
Stella's doing quite well today. She's having her antibodies at the moment, and she's having great fun with her cereal this morning. And that's lovely to see, because this is Stella, the 2-year-old, who's getting better. Stella, that's not very nice, is it?
Stella's had a rough time. She's been very brave and is doing really well, and I think that the second cycle went a lot better than the first, and so we're hopeful that the third will be even better. But I think that she's thriving, though, at the same time. This is absolutely her best chance at a cure.
Good girl. Just see if that helps your tummy.
With Stella's pain under control, it's easier for Mum Alison to get on with other jobs, updating the website for well-wishers following Stella's progress and fundraising. The treatment is costing them £250,000. But Stella's story has captured the hearts of many, including notable characters like Stephen Fry.
Should we cover the tubes up so you can't see them?
I've been trying to coordinate a lot of the fundraising from Philadelphia, from the bedside. So far she's shown such a fantastic response to this treatment that it would be just so tragic if we couldn't continue to pay the bill. And she could have the treatment discontinued.
The family wrote to their local primary care trust asking them to fund Stella's treatment. They declined, saying it wasn't an effective use of their funds.
I thank them for being candid about that, but really I was quite taken aback that they were able to put a value on somebody's life.
Without this treatment, 2/3 of children that suffer from neuroblastoma relapse. Once that happens, little can be done aside from palliative care. Clinical results for immunotherapy show it improves a child's life chances by at least 20%.
That in and of itself is the biggest advance we have made in the treatment of neuroblastoma in at least a decade.
Despite all the obstacles the family have faced, they know that whatever the future brings, they've given their little girl the best possible chance of a future.
My daughter is the most precious thing. She's alive and she has a very good prognosis.